Kyle, how's it going today?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I moved my table and computer to a different location in the basement.
Well, I can
It's a different
tell.
wall than you've seen before, probably.
Um, Over your left shoulder, little Anakin. I didn't initially know that was Anakin. It took me a second,
Okay.
and then I'm like, "Is that little Mr. Wawara?" I'm like, why has he got all these pictures around the Star Wars stuff? That's little Anakin.
He's got like a little smirk on his face too.
He does. Because I could totally see that being you.
Yeah. Although the key at that age, no, I would have had glasses at that age. I got these second grade, and they've gotten progressively thicker every year.
Yours were not as thick as mine were.
No, yours were worse than mine.
Mine were thick.
And I'm very jealous of the Lasik surgery. I would love now, since you've had that done, do you know like how to do it?
How to do
like
what?
If you've ever if you've
I could do it?
Something, yeah, like you could do mine.
No. Let me tell you, if I had to, they gave me like I forget what pills to calm me down. I think it was Vicodin, and which is fine. And apparently, I needed
because it was prescribed. Just so we're clear, it was prescribed for a specific medical purpose, and that's
a doctor
how it was
prescribed
used.
it.
Just so we're clear.
And I got one, so it's not like I went and got a bottle of 30. I got one. So apparently, when I was getting the LASIK done, I was flexing my feet the whole time because my wife could see, because it was a glass wall, so you could see the procedure happening. So she's like, "You were nervous," and honestly, the only reason that I was able to do it is because I focused on the fact how scientific it is, on how cool the process was.
Right.
Because your eyes are open the whole time and you're awake.
Right. You're watching what's happening from what I've heard.
Yes.
Obviously,
Yes.
I've never had it done. But you're watching the whole thing. Now you don't feel anything. Like, do you even feel like pressure or movement or nothing at all?
Well, they numb it. And I guess, I don't want to say there was like a lot of pressure. Like I'm sure people have gotten like shots where they numb stuff, like let's say in your hand, and you could feel that. I wouldn't say there was a lot of that, but yes, you could see every single thing. And then, it started off with, you're laying on your back and they prop your eyes open so you can't blink. And that's one of the first things I was concerned with, like, oh my gosh, my eyes are going to dry out. There was no problem with that. So they prop your eye open and you're laying there, and then a little thing comes down over your eye, and the doctor's like, okay, you're going to be blind for about 30 seconds. And the reason you're going to be blind for about 30 seconds is because the light is so bright that your eye, I don't know, just shuts down and it's black in that eye. And then what that's doing, here you go, it's cutting around your iris. Okay.
Because they got to remove the cornea, right? I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry. I'll let you tell your
slow down. So they do one eye, then they do the other eye. So if you're in the middle of this, there's no stopping. So, Okay. So after that's done, they stand you up and walk you over to another bed kind of thing. Now at that point, it's foggy. So I lay down, and you can see him. This is where people go. You can see him pull the flap back. That's exactly it.
See, this is the stuff that keeps me. If I could be knocked out for the whole thing and wake up and I could see without these, I'd be in a heartbeat.
Well, now here's where it goes. It becomes spectacular. Okay, so it's not hurting. So you're laying on your back, and he's like, okay, look up at the red lights, and you can see some red lights, and then a machine starts. And in the middle of that, we're having a conversation about, I don't even remember what we were talking about, fishing or something, like I'm a fisherman, but
we'll talk about that another day.
Right. Yeah. And he goes, the smell you smell is not burning. Nothing's burning. I've heard from people saying, yes, that's totally it, but I couldn't smell it, so whatever.
Okay.
So it goes on for 35, 36 seconds, and it's adjusting. It's doing that. Then you see him, prepare yourself, you see him put the flap back over your eye. It doesn't hurt.
Right.
But you see him do it. Now remember, you have to keep thinking scientifically. Okay, like, how cool is this? Like, how now I also have how did they figure this out? At what point did somebody go, I have an idea?
Well, and
Let's
the first person that like
right.
volunteered or was voluntold,
Yes.
like, hey, we're going to try this procedure on your eyes. It could help you see really perfectly, or it could blind you. Who's in?
You're blind anyways. What difference does it make? So, okay. So they're done with both eyes. They give you these really sexy goggles. I mean, they are so nice.
Do you still have them?
I do somewhere. I will see if I can find them.
Okay, I was gonna pause right now and have you go put them on.
I'll have to find them. I don't know where I put them. I might have actually thrown them away because you weren't using them for anything, but I'll see if I can find them. Okay, so it's foggy. So what they told me to do is go home, take a 2-hour nap. Now that's when the Vicodin started kicking in, because they're like, you're going to want to sleep because the pill is you're just going to. So on the drive home, I'm out. So I wake up, come inside, go take a nap. The doctor's like, go take a nap for 2 hours. After 2 hours, get up, come downstairs, watch some TV. Your vision it'll be foggy, but it'll be good. So after that 2-hour nap, I was able to come down, sit on the couch and watch TV without my glasses for the first time. Then he goes, go back, go to bed. When you wake up in the morning, the fogginess will be gone. I woke up in the morning, the fogginess was gone. It was
like a miracle. It is a miracle.
I could see the clock across the room. Although the next night was the first night that I had to get up in the middle of the night. But because before I was so blind, I couldn't really pick out the lights anywhere. And I had like bat sonar. I mean, I was able to move through the house like a ninja. Yeah, the lights could be off. You know what I'm talking about.
That I still experience. Yeah, I know the path where to walk. I could find things.
But I could see all the lights now. So I'm like, whoa, because it threw me off because my echolocation wasn't working anymore because now I had all this extra stimulus. So there is a downside for me, and that's driving at night. It is only getting worse. Okay. Like, it's like
the light sensitivity of other headlights. Is that what we're talking about? Or
well, it's too dark. So my eyes are struggling to focus on, not focus, but to get all the images. So during the day, like 2015 vision. And they told me that it was going to be bad at night while driving. I just didn't realize it was going to be this bad. Plus, I had a superhero power when I had my glasses, which was, it didn't matter how small the text was. I could get it close enough to read any size text. Right. So if it could be, and I would just go, boom, and I could tell you what it said. Now, I'm like,
you're adjusting
I'm an old person
there.
Yeah, I'm an old person now trying to figure out. So,
but that supposedly was going to happen no matter what, like even with glasses. I've been told the same thing because I don't have that issue at this point in time, but my eye doctor keeps telling me that you're going to get to the point where you're reading and you're trying to do all
find the location. Right, I understand. I'm just not sure if doing it again, I'm not sure I would do it again.
Really?
Yes. I mean, it's totally cool to be able to wake up in the middle of the night, look up and see the clock and like, or
do you know how big the digital numbers are on the clock next to my bed so that I can actually roll over and read them? And it's not that far away. Yeah.
It's gigantic.
And it's literally like a foot or a foot and a half away from my head. And it needs to be big enough so I can see it.
Well, my wife uses an alarm clock. I use my cell phone. And her alarm clock is across the room. So I'm able to sit up and see it.
Okay.
Before, there was no point to me trying to look. I mean, I couldn't even see the fact that they're blue numbers. I couldn't even see the fact that there was blue numbers there. I mean, it was
Do you
so
see like
far
a blue
away.
light?
No,
Like a blue dot or anything? Okay.
it was just.
See, I would be able to see the blue, just that there's a blue light over there, and I would like just know instinct. Like I know it's a clock because I've seen the clock there before.
Right.
Wouldn't be able to read anything on it, of course, but I could see a blue dot. Yeah.
Maybe I would see blue. I don't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah.
So I'd have my phone and I have to look at my phone. But then
Yeah.
again, I'd have to pull it up to my face because I can't,
Right.
see it.
And then the light's so bright on your phone that you just blinded yourself from that.
Right. And which kind of wakes you up, and then it's a whole different
Yeah,
thing.
I love the idea of not having glasses. I do have contacts. I very, very rarely wear them. Actually put them in over the weekend for a day because you may or may not have noticed, Mr. File, but I got a haircut.
When you said you put in your contacts, I did notice right then. I'm like, you got a haircut.
Yeah. So I had little clippers that I use for my goatee, and I was
Me
just
too.
going after everything and trying to shape it as best I could.
Why didn't you get your hair cut like little Mr. Wawara in the picture over your left shoulder?
Well, the younger version of me, I'm not actually a big fan of that hairstyle, to be honest. It's a little...
You should totally say that to you.
Well, at least you didn't think this one was me. So.
Oh, that's probably me. I carry around a sweater all the time, baby.
Yeah. Just some extra warmth, just in case.
Why I'm always warm.
But it's with the LASIK surgery, I've always just been nervous about what if it goes wrong? Like, what if I'm the guy they mess up on?
Okay.
Even though the doctors, I know it says they've done thousands of these and there's so many people, and it's it's more the machines, I think, doing everything than the doctor necessarily. Mm-hmm. But I've seen I've seen the Terminator. I've seen all those movies where the robots take over the world, right? Could be step one where they try and blind me and then take over the world from there.
Okay. Now, my wife and I, you know the phrase, just our luck. Right. Okay. When we say that, my wife and I tend to go with, is that really our luck? Which it's not usually our luck.
No.
So is it really your luck that you'd be the one out of 102,000 people that it goes bad for?
Probably not. But it's still, but you never know.
I know they had that conversation with me. Okay, look, this is how it should work. And
there's a possibility.
There's a possibility that both eyes may fall out of your head.
Right. See, that's why I've always wondered why they don't do one eye at a time. Like, just do one.
Right.
And then come back in a week and do the other one. Like, just in case.
Because you wouldn't do it again.
Okay.
There's a reason.
After experiencing the trauma, you'd be like, nope, I'm out.
Nope. This is why you wait 3 years to have another kid, because you forget all the not sleeping, the not sleeping, the not sleeping. You forget over that. You forget all that. And then you have another one and oh, what did we do? So that's why you have both eyes done at the same time. So you're you can't get out of it.
So I'm just going to throw out there, we only have one kid. So we remembered stuff.
My parents only had one kid too, so I don't know. Oh wait, so did my wife.
My daughter, if my daughter ever watches this, I don't know if she ever will, but she's a wonderful person. We love her very much, but we were content with one. We didn't have
was that
for another.
Was that a question? We love her very much.
Yes, it's a statement. Not a question.
Because I'm an only child. My wife's an only child. Okay. So we got together and had two kids, which.
Now, see, you didn't ever really see that or experience it growing up,
right.
How to deal with the multiples. So now you guys have no blueprint.
You're fighting all the time.
Right. Typically, as a kid, when you're growing up, you have those thoughts of well, when I'm an adult, if I ever have kids, I'm going to do this differently. My parents wouldn't let me do this. I'll let my kid do that, or I'm going to do, whatever. If you, later on, maybe not now as a kid, but later on, you're yeah, I got into a lot of trouble. I would be a little stricter. Whatever it might be, but you don't have sort of that reference point of like, oh, my brother and I were always fighting or any of those things, and here's how I would do things differently. You're just thrown in it. You're very brave.
Yep. That's exactly how it was.
So
and then,
how many nights do you spend crying yourself to sleep after?
I think it'd be easier to ask how many nights haven't I? Last night was a late night. I went to bed super late and got up early. I didn't. I cried myself to sleep every night. Not really, but
No. Kids are wonderful, wonderful people, especially those that are watching us right now.
Right. And make sure you subscribe to the channel.
So I need to. Yes. So we should probably end with this because I got to get to other meetings today. But I'm in the process of moving all the videos over to a different channel. And the only reason for that is because the other one has all my social studies stuff on it, which like, hey, if you're not in my class, you really want to watch some announcement videos or maybe going through some lecture, like have at it, enjoy.
Yes.
But it was getting a little crowded on that page.
Busy.
I was trying to organize. Yeah. And so all of these videos are moved to a different channel now. And I'm going to delete them off of my social studies one. So if you're subscribed to the social studies channel, if you're in my class and you still want to subscribe to that, that is totally fine. You should be watching those videos anyway.
Right.
But if you're just here for quarantine conversations, realize it's in a new spot. All right. Fiora Productions, which you're like, how do you even say that, spell that, whatever. It's parts of our names put together. All right. You probably already figured that out, but just in case you didn't, like, oh, okay.
Oh.
And we will have more videos to come.
Yes.
I was looking at the calendar. We have, I believe it is 5 or 6 more weeks of e-learning.
Okay. So that means
we got plenty more episodes.
At least 30 more episodes.
Yeah. So
this is going to be.
We're already in double digits. I believe this is episode 11 today.
Is it really?
This is incredible.
Nice.
11. So with that, Mr. File, I hope you have a fantastic day. And anybody that's watching, you guys have a fantastic day too.
Peace.